Hello students, today we are going to talk about adding and subtracting linear expressions. So yesterday we talked about adding expressions. Today we're going to practice more and then we're going to do subtracting of expressions or polynomials. Okay, let's review what we did yesterday with our algebra tiles. All right, it says we're going to write the sum of these two algebraic expressions using the algebra tiles. Now, in my class, or some of them, I talked about how when we're adding expressions, it's kind of like adding things in two different bags, okay? So let's say we have trick-or-treat candy, and this is my bag. All right, my bag has this in it, and my sister Amy, this is her bag. But we want to find out how much we have of each kind of candy. So I have one Snicker bar and she has one Snicker bar. So instead of, I know we have parentheses, but what I want to say is when we add expressions, we can just ignore these parentheses and like taking our candy and pouring it into a pile on the ground, okay? So let's just pretend this is a big pile. Well, how many X's, how many Snicker bars do we have? We have two X's. So we have two X's right here and right here. And how many, I don't know, what should we call these? Skittles? How many of those do we have? We have 2, 4, 6. So we have 6. And then remember, stop. All right? So when we add expressions, it's really like combining like terms. So let's do the next one. So how many X's do we have? We have two X's. We have two X's. And how many negatives? Ooh, those could be like red hots. How many negative ones do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 negative ones. Okay. If you were in class yesterday, we also talked about zero pairs. So when we have zero pairs, we are going to cross them out. Let's start by counting our X's. I have 1X plus 2X, so that gives me a total of 3 X's. Now I'm going to take my zero pairs. I'm going to take these three negatives. I'm going to move them with the commutative property and go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to move them over there. Now, this makes 0. A negative and a positive 1 makes 0. So I cross these off because there are zero pairs. What is left? Well, I have my 3 X's and I have 2 yellows. So that's 2 1s. So my final expression here, or polynomial, is 3x plus 2 1s. All right, try again. How many X's do we have in both bags? Again, we're pouring this into one pile and just counting it up. So we have 5 X's, and let's get rid of those zero pairs. This time, I think it would help me if I took these 5 and put them with 5 reds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should cancel those 5 reds. Okay, I got rid of them, and now what's left? I have 3 reds. So 5x minus 3. Now let's talk about what happens when we don't have algebra tiles. Well, you could draw algebra tiles. You could also draw pictures to help you. So let's start by, let's visualize and draw pictures of what we have. All right, I drew pictures. So here, so in this bag, right, just like our Desmos, in this bag, they have 3 X's and 4 1s. In this bag, they have 5 X's and 7 1s. Okay, just like counting up candy. Let's count up all our X's. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 X's. So we have 8 X's. Let's count up our constants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So we have 11. Now, another way you could do it, remember, I said that when we're adding polynomials or parentheses, we can ignore the parentheses, pretend they're not even there. And let's do this. So I'll just get rid of this. Just pretend like we're combining like terms. So what we could do is take a highlighter and say, okay, here are my x terms, and here are my constants. And when I do that, I can just put the x's together, 8x, put the constants together, 11. Ooh, that looks kind of bad there. Let me fix that. There you go. That looks better. All right. Are there any questions? We're doing a video. That'd be hard. Sorry. Okay. So let's continue. All right. On this slide, it says write the difference. Difference means the answer to a subtraction problem. So now we're going to subtract. Remember what subtraction means. It means that you have something. Okay? So what you have. What you have is on the left side of the minus sign. So this is what you have. And on this side, this is what you do to it. What you do to it. Okay, now sometimes that means you are going to take stuff away from what you have. Usually that is. But I like to say what you're going to do to this. Okay, let's start with the first one with algebra tiles. So we have 1x and 3 1s. We want to take away 1x and 1 1. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one of these from here. So when I do that, I'm going to get rid of this because I'm doing it, and I'm going to take one of those away from here. Now I'm going to take one of these away from what I have here. I'm going to take 1 1 away from these 4 1s. So when I cross this off, what do I have? And I already used that. So what's left? I have 2. I have 2 1s. Let's try again. So I have 1x and 4 negatives. They want me to subtract or take away 1x and 3 negatives. So let's do that. So what we're going to do is get rid of this over here. So I'm going to get rid of that. So I did that. Now I need to get rid of 3 negatives, 3 negative 1s. So I did that. Well, what's left? This is my answer right here. I have negative 1. Negative 1 is left. Let's look at letter C. Now on letter C, this is what we have. We have 2 x's and we have 5 1s. All right. What we want to do to this is take away 1x, but we want to take a negative away, and we have a problem. There is no red negative 1 over here. So a lot of you probably remember this from integers earlier this year. We talked about if you don't have a negative 1, you can add a 0 pair, and that will not change what you have at all, because when you add 0 to something, the value stays. So I am going to add a 0 pair. So what I'm going to do is go up here, and I'm going to put an extra yellow in with an extra red, because this yellow and red makes 0, and that won't affect anything. All right, now that I did this, let's see if I can subtract. I'm supposed to take away 1x, so I will do that. So I get rid of 1x, and I'm supposed to get rid of 1 red, 1 negative 1, which, hey, look, now I can do this. It's right here. So I'm going to do that. All right, what is left? I have 1x left, so I have x, and I have how many yellows left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one that I had before. I have 6 yellows. Okay. Let's look at example D. All right, here's what we have. We have 3 x's and we have 7 negatives. We want to take away, subtract 2 x's and 3 positives. Okay, we don't have this over here, so we're going to need 3 zero pairs. Okay, I did that. I have my 3 positives and my 3 negatives that keep it 0, so I added 0 3 times. So now I'm supposed to subtract, whoa, what happened? Whoa. I'm supposed to subtract 2 x's, so I'm going to go like this, and 3 yellows, and look, now I can. All right, what is left? What is left? Well, I have 1 x right here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 negative signs, 10 negatives. Then I'm done. Okay, well now, what if they give us an algebraic expression and they want us to add or subtract it? Well, what we can do is use our algebra tiles to help us do that. So I'm going to do that on this slide. Question A. All right, we have, in one bag, we have 2 x's and 1 positive, and on the second bag, we have 1 x and 1 negative. All right, remember what I said. We're going to ignore the parentheses, and we're just combining like terms. We're going to add things up. We're going to count. All right, so I count 1, 2, 3 x's. So I'm going to say I have 3 x's, and I have a positive 1 and a negative 1. What does it make? It makes a 0 pair. So my answer is 3x, just plain old 3x. Okay? 3x. Let's set up question B. Okay. Important to pay attention to this minus sign right here. So remember, this is subtraction. So we have this, we have it, and we're taking away this. We're going to subtract these things. All right, we have 2 x's. They want us to subtract 1 x. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to get rid of 1 x over here because that's what it wants me to do. Next, I have 4 1's, and it wants me to get rid of 2 positives, 2 1's. So I'll go here and cross off 2. This is our answer. We have 1x plus 2 1's. And of course, you know, I don't even have to say it, right? Okay. Here we go. Example C. So this is subtraction. So again, this is what we have. We have 4 x's. Forgot to put my x's in there, sorry. We have 4 x's. And we have 3 1's. All right, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to take away, subtract 2 x's and a minus 1, a negative 1. All right, so if we look here, we don't have a red 1 over here. So we're going to have to do that 0 pair thing. So we're going to have to put a positive and a negative. And remember, these together is really like adding zeros. So this is like adding 0. So it will not affect what we're doing. Okay, now that we put the 0 pair in, we are able to get rid of this. So let's start. We need to get rid of 2 x's. So let's do that. 1, 2. Ooh, bad. Sorry. Get rid of 2 x's from here. They also want us to get rid of 1 red. So we're going to do that. 1 negative. What is left? What's left? 2 x's. I have 2 x's left. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 now. 4 positives. That's our answer. I know that in real life, we will not have time to draw all the algebra tiles. So I want to show you another way to add polynomials and to add and subtract expressions. So another way is called, one way is called the vertical method. The vertical method is you take your first parentheses and you take your second one and put it underneath your first, but make sure that you're lining up like terms. So I made sure my x's are here, my constants are here. Now, what's invisible in front of that x? A 1, very good. So we are going to add these together. So what is 1x plus 3x? That's 4x. What is negative 2 plus 8? This is good practice for integers. Negative 2 plus 8. That is 6. Now we're done. That's it. Let's go over to the next one and see the horizontal method. The horizontal method, I also call it this. It's just combining like terms. So the horizontal method is you just pretend that the parentheses is not even there. So watch this. Watch this. Look at that. No parentheses. They're gone. We're pouring all the candy in one pile. Now, combine like terms. I do like to use my highlighter. So my negative 4y will go with my plus 11y. And my constant 3 will go with my constant negative 5. All right, let's put these together. So 11y minus 4y, 11y minus 4y is 7y. And then I can go like this, and I can go 3 plus negative 5, or negative 5 plus 3. That has extra negatives in it, so it'll be 2 negatives left over. Negative 2. Let's see. Ooh. What happened? Oh, yeah. Okay. That y was looking crazy. I tried to fix it. Okay. And, of course, say it with me. Stop. Okay. So, hold on. So this is our answer right there. Okay. I have a reminder here. Order of operations, or GEMS, PEMDAS, GEMS. That reminds us that if we do have a number multiplying the parentheses, we need to do that first so that we can make the parentheses go away, because you're supposed to do grouping symbols first. So here it's fine because we can just add, because adding has the associative property, I can just add and group however I want. But because I have this going on, this multiplying, I need to multiply before I add these up. So we need to take care of that. And if you remember, this means we have 2 of these, we have 2 of those, and we have 2 of these. So it's like saying 2 multiplied to negative 7z, and 2 multiplied to negative 7z is negative 14z. And then it also means that we have 2 3s, so like 2 times 3. And 2 times 3 is 6. Let me show you something. Once I did this, now I can take this and add this to my new expression. And I'm going to do the vertical method, okay? So I'm going to take this and put it underneath. So I'm going to take 5z and minus 2, and I'm going to put it right underneath. Now let's zoom in a little bit. So I am adding, those were, hold on. All right, so I'm adding these. So here we go. Negative 14z plus 5z. Well, I see that I have a lot of negatives here, so I'm going to have 9 negatives z's left over. And then I can do constants, 6 minus 2. 6 plus negative 2. I see that as 6 minus 2, so that leaves me with 4. And because it's positive, I'll put a plus sign there. That is my answer. Adding, oh boy. All right, we need to really focus on how is subtraction different than adding. And, okay, I wish we probably should have more examples in this lesson because this is super important. So I'm going to set this up vertical method, okay? All right, let's talk. Okay, we're subtracting. So we have this. This goes on top for sure. And we're minusing this. So this goes underneath on bottom. Now, this is super important. Do this. Do this. I'm going to say it again. Do this. We are minusing this entire, Happy Meal or combo meal. We're minusing the whole meal. So here's what I want you to do. Take that red minus sign and watch. You're subtracting this, okay? You're subtracting this, and you're subtracting this. I want to see that minus sign both places. Don't be lazy. Do it, please. If you do this, you'll get it right. All right, here we go. We're doing 5x, and we're minusing a negative 1x. So remember, when we minus a negative, we can add the opposite. We can go keep, change, change. So I can make this plus a negative 1. Plus 1. So if I minus a negative 1, it's like saying plus a positive 1. So I would get 5x plus 1. Okay, 5x plus 1 is 6. 6x. Here I have 6. I'm doing 6 minus this 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. But remember, we don't like to write zeros, so we could just say the answer is 6x. Our last example. All right, so we have this expression, and we're minusing this, but we have to distribute our 2 first. So I'm going to do it this way. All right, what I'm going to do is leave my minus sign right here. And I'm going to say, hey, I've got 2 of these and 2 of those, okay? We have 2 of the value meals, or combo packs. So we have 2 4-packs of cheeseburgers and 2 fries. So I have 2 of those. So I need to do 2 times 4y. 2 times 4y. That's 8y. I have 2 of those. And now I have 2 of these 3s. 2 minus 3s. So I have 6. I have... Instead of minus 3, I have minus 6. I times by 2. All right, now we're going to set this up for subtraction. Okay, so remember we have this and we're subtracting this. Okay, so put it underneath, and this is so important. Remember, we're not just subtracting the 8y, we're also subtracting the negative 6. So I want to see this. I want to see the red minus sign. You're subtracting the y's, and you're subtracting the constants. The biggest mistake I see is kids see this, and they go, oh, the minus sign's still there. Whoa, what? Stop. What? Stop. This minus sign goes with the 6. It's not the red minus sign in the middle. Okay, we're minusing these terms. So here we go. 7y minus 8y. 7y minus 8y gives me negative 1y, or some people say negative y. Then I need to do the constants. 5 minus negative 6. When you minus a negative, we're really adding a positive. So I'm going to go keep, change, change. This is really 5 minus negative 6 is really in disguise 5 plus 6. When we minus a negative, we go up. We go up. That's a horrible arrow. Up. So this is really 5 plus 6. So that's 11. So our answer is negative 1y plus 11, or negative y plus 11. All right, I want you to show work on your paper first, and then put it into formative to see if you got it right. Okay, good luck.